Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Stoveside Chats. My name is Chad Blackwelder with the North Carolina Department of Agriculture. Thank you for joining us today and in the past also. We've gotten some good views and likes off of this and lots of folks waving in, so we really appreciate that. I've got a good show today. Chef Anders Benton is going to be joining us, and he's waving in right now. Hello, Gumbies of Raleigh. All right, let me bring in Chef Anders. Hey guys, thanks for waving. HC Wright. Hey Chef.
What's up, Chad? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Hope you are. Thanks for joining us.
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
You bet. So those who are watching, this is Chef Anders Benton of Gia. Is it Gia or Gia?
Gia.
Gia, okay. Gia, Eat, Drink, and Listen. And I want to correct myself. Hey, Laughing Spell, thanks for joining us. When I posted on Facebook yesterday, I posted Gia Bistro and Wine Bar. That is not the case. It is Gia, Eat, Drink, and Listen. So, Chef, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you wound up there in Greensboro cooking.
Well, I was born and raised in High Point. Ended up going to high school at a magnet art school out here in Greensboro. And throughout my high school years, I worked in restaurants in and around the area. I left for a little bit and then came back to the area and started working back through more restaurants and more restaurateurs I haven't worked for. And eventually got hooked up with Nina Giaimo, the owner here. Came in just as extra help when they first opened up because I knew the original chef that opened up the place and the original sous chef we were pals from a previous restaurant. And just the way the cards fell, he offered me the job. About 3 times I said no because I never thought I was ready. But I'm glad I said yes. It's been a challenge, a lot of growing pains, but it's been totally worth it.
Yeah. Now, you went to East Carolina. Did you graduate from East Carolina?
I did not. I was in their classic guitar program, and just kind of the way things were going. I graduated in 2009 when the recession hit. So that kind of pulled some support I had. And then, I wasn't able to place out the classes I had placed out of originally with all my previous training. So I was going back through the ABCs of music theory and stuff of that nature. So it made it a little more difficult and kind of realigned my goals and ambitions to not be a classical guitar professor and find a new passion, which I've always cooked. So here I am.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was going to ask you about how you got into cooking. Were you cooking to make money while you were in school, or is this something that's been a passion?
I mean, I've had a job since I was young, ever since I got a car, and I started out as a dishwasher and learned that wasn't always the most fun, coming home being wet and gross and exhausted. So I learned how to prep at a few places and just continue to grow and work my way up in a lot of different restaurants until I landed here. So I did GTCC for about a half a semester, but it just wasn't a good fit for me. It wasn't my speed. I like to learn and learn fast and get on to the next thing,
Yeah, no, I understand that. So tell us about what you're doing there at Gia. And actually tell us about the name, first of all.
Gia is first 3 letters of the owner's last name. It also comes down to good food and Italian as well. Drink and Listen, that breaks down kind of what we're about here. We have the best Scotch and bourbon collection probably in Guilford County. That's not private, along with a great cocktail program, ever-changing wine lists. You hit all those points there to start your meal. We eat food, of course. We're always going through seasonal changes, working with local farmers, and kind of working with our interests at the time, too, to constantly roll over the menu, keep something interesting, new, and delicious in front of our guests. And then listen, before COVID, we had live music twice a week. And also we'd like our guests to be engaged with each other, not that couple sitting on their cell phone, not talking to each other. So that's kind of the name there. So what we're up to now is really just going through every day with our best foot forward. We've been very fortunate during these times. Phase 1, we did furlough everyone. It was me and the owner. And then my sous chef came back. And then one of our front of house managers, he's also trained in the kitchen. So it was me and my sous chef and him in the kitchen doing family meals. And we had a great support on that. And we're very fortunate there. We also did a partnership with Cone Health with aftercare that they had for heart patients and cancer patients, that they were worried about their food being interrupted, with a lot of restaurants being closed, making sure that the heart patients were getting healthy food and the cancer patients were getting something they wanted to eat. So we did probably over 10,000 meals for them during that time, and super fortunate for that. It was crazy. I even had my fiance in the kitchen some nights helping us pack up all those meals. But, we're fortunate there. We brought back the team. I'd say about 90% came back. We had a few, because of, the offerings of what the federal government was supporting, they decided not to come back because of the money they're making that way, and that's fine. That's on them. And then we've just been slow rolling. We've added lunch, which, it's lunch. Some days are busy, other days are dead. But it's a fun menu. It's a menu I enjoy to eat. Like the chicken sandwich I eat probably twice a week. It's just good, it's just good food. But, we also changed our hours throughout the week. So Sundays we only do brunch and then takeout. Mondays we're completely closed. And then Tuesdays we only do takeout and special events. And our special events have been where it's at. Last night we had a bourbon club, which we do about 30 some people, but spread out throughout the entire restaurant because, we're not closed. We're closed for regular service. And, it's a great attendance. Coming up this next Tuesday, we have a Four Roses bourbon dinner. So 4 courses paired. And we're looking at about 20 people already for that. And then every month we do Chef's Table, which is coming up the 27th. And that's a food-driven menu. I don't release that menu. You find out about it as it falls in front of your face. That's all paired as well, kind of what I've been up to, what I'm interested in, and what I can kind of push around, So like last month, had a weird pairing kind of pop in my head with lobster, plum, and cauliflower. And ran it past my fiance, and she's like, no. I was like, oh, well, I have to do that then.
That's right.
So,
challenge accepted.
Yeah, exactly. And, it worked out, doing some plum kombucha and, just a nice gentle cook on the lobster and really creamy cauliflower, But yeah, I mean, all our events have been really well supported. We're still doing cocktail classes once a month, 2 classes spread out through the restaurant. Again, we're following every guideline we can, and we've been very, very fortunate to have the support that we have.
Yeah, that's really cool. And now you guys kind of specialize in Prohibition era cocktails too as well, right?
Yeah. Our cartel program has not slowed down. It's still changing. We're always, manipulating something. Probably one of the coolest cocktails we have right now is a milk punch, where we use milk to curd and clarify an infusion that we do. So that's a pretty interesting process. Kind of like if you ever, put straight milk into your cold brew coffee, you watch it curd. You can strain that and it'll be crystal clear, almost doing like a fume or a consomme, that type of stuff.
Yeah. I guess it's kind of clarified by the proteins. Now, I know that you guys are doing some experimenting in the kitchen as well. I keep up with you on Facebook, and I saw that you were doing some koji aged beef, and then we were talking earlier today that you guys are dry aging some fish. Talk about those 2 projects.
Yeah. So with all this extra time, well, let me start with this. Phase 1 happened, and we had a lot of product in the house, that I knew we wouldn't go through. So hence comes out the fermentation and the preservation methods I've been either dying to try or already know. So, we made vinegars out of, already opened bottles of wine and stuff of that nature, pickled and lactic fermented a few things as well. And, made some misos and garums and put those to the side as well. But, the koji aged beef is something we do on the menu. That's our filet. So we spore own koji on rice and then dehydrate that and rub it in that. So the filet that we have on the menu tastes almost like a 30 to 45 day aged filet that's only been aged 2 days. And then this weekend, I've been seeing all this fish butchery and all that stuff and the aging of fish, and that's fascinated me. So we got in some beautiful red grouper from Florida that cut the scales off and hung yesterday. They're looking good today. Probably have about another day just to tighten up a little bit more and concentrate that flavor. And we'll be doing that with probably romesco and a couple potato manipulations. I think is what my sous chef's plan. It's going to be his special. But yeah, always
That's
always up
really
to something.
interesting. Yeah, you rarely hear about fish aging. I mean, it's pretty common in Japan, obviously.
Oh yeah,
People realize that when you have really good sushi, it's not super fresh right
no,
out of the water. It's got a few
no,
days on it, and you guys, I guess, are taking that a little bit longer, and it's kind of working like it does with red meat. The enzymes are breaking down protein and muscle structure, and the amino acids are converting, and all that good stuff, right?
yeah. And then with cutting the scales off of the fish, what that does is it's cutting away, part of the skin, but still leaving enough of it to protect the meat. But the part of the skin that's cutting away is usually those little pores that you see the scale stuck in, and those hold a lot of moisture. So when you go to get a nice crispy piece of fish, it takes longer and a little, not as good a result most of the time. So with this, that skin's almost going to be like a chicharrone because it's dried out, So
Yeah, yeah. I caught a red drum, I guess about two years ago, and I got anxious and I flayed it out and we ate it that night, and
yeah,
it was good, but it was tough. It needed to rest out for a little bit, so you can definitely tell the difference there. Um,
yeah.
Tell me about some other things you guys have going on at the restaurant. I know that you're involved with a couple of fundraisers that are coming up also. Talk about that a little bit.
We are. So, I mean, part of the support that we have is just from the community, and we've always been involved as much as we can. So, this month alone, we have two fundraisers that we're part of. We have a Future Fund Pig Pick and coming up the 22nd. And then we also have a mystery murder dinner the 29th Triad stage. Just doing simple food and beverage packages for both of those, just so these people can have their virtual fundraisers. But then coming up next month is March of Dimes. So March of Dimes has been a fundraiser we've always participated in. It's been a great time. And usually it's broken down by counties. But this year, March of Dimes, their big broadcast is actually for the whole state, but they've left it up to kind of, the Triad, Triangle, and Coast to kind of break down how they want to do the event. So this year, the Triad, I've partnered up with a lot of chefs. JP over at Sedgefield. You got Travis Myers of 600 now. Jeff Bacon of Providence. John Bobby of Bobby Boy Bake Shop. Brian Dicey of Starmount. Michael Harker-Reader of Undercurrent. And I feel like I'm missing someone in there. I'm so sorry. But we've all come together and done kind of our own courses or partnered up for a pretty epic meal to support their fundraiser. And we'll be doing the video demonstrations of how to plate up the dishes and everything, almost like Grant Ackwitz of Alinea with all his take-home meals. So that'll be fun. I'm pretty excited about that.
That's very cool. Yeah, you guys make sure you check out Gia Bistro on social media. Check out their website. They have a lot of stuff coming up. Chef, we're out of time. It always goes by quick.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for being a part of this. And also, Chef Anders was part of the Chef Showdown last year, and then he helped us out at the Chow Chow Festival in Asheville.
Yeah, I missed Chow Chow this year.
I know. I'm actually going to be
so much
talking
fun.
to I'm going to be talking to the organizers this week to kind of see what's on their mind. But we did just meet with NCR LA, and they are going to do the Chef Showdown again this year.
This year?
So, or next year, 2021.
Or next year, yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So we're working out all the details on that, and I'll keep you abreast of all that. But again, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you talking with us.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
You too, man.
Okay, guys, that was Chef Anders Benton. All right, let's talk about, let's announce our winner this week for the chef boxes. Our winner this week is winning Chef Grack's seafood box, which is the shrimp lettuce wraps, the carrot ginger sauce, pickled vegetables, delicious. So our winner this week is Elizabeth Augusta. Elizabeth, thank you so much for liking and commenting on the post on social media. Your box will be getting to you next Tuesday or Wednesday. So make sure you time that with getting your shrimp. And it's a great dish. I was able to try the dish. We have one more week to go. So if you guys are interested in winning that last box, which is Chef Jeremiah Tryon's box from Blue Market, Blue Ocean Market rather, in Morehead City. So make sure you're checking out at Got to Be on at Got to Be and See on Instagram, and each week there will be a post talking about the contents of the box. Make sure you like and comment, and then you'll be throwing your handle in the hat to be drawn to win that last box, which is Jamaican bronze flounder with a beautiful fruit salsa and North Carolina grown Carolina gold rice from Tidewater Grains. Love those guys and love what they're doing. Appreciate you guys being here. Thank you, Berry Brothers Barbecue, The Eyes, Max and Max. Thank you all for joining us. A lot of other people I didn't get to, but I appreciate you joining and waving in and joining us on chats. And we'll see you next week. We're going to have not Chef, but Monty Tunnel, or I'm sorry, Matt Tunnel. Monty is his brother. Both great guys, but Matt is with L&M Produce. He's going to be talking with us. And then the week after that, we have Scott Shabbat, who was a chef for a long time, still is a chef at heart, but he's now working for Sister O'Reilly. So we'll be talking to some wholesalers, some distributors, and see what's going on in their end of the food chain. So we'll do that on the next 2 weeks, and we'll see you guys next week. Thank you.